So, good day, sir. For this video, I am going to discuss my simulated power supply. So, for this simulated power supply, there are five components required. There are first is the AC supply, the transformer, the full bridge rectifier, the filter, and the regulator. So, for the first component, we have the AC supply or the alternating current supply. So, this right here as stated in the circuit is it generates an output of sine wave 240 volts. So if we are going to run this through an oscilloscope, if I am going to tap here near the AC supply, I must generate an output of a sine wave and a 240 volts maximum voltage. So as we can see, the oscilloscope has a sine wave. It generates a sine wave, and it has so we look closer, it has a maximum value of near 250 volts, or say 240 volts. So for the next component, we have the transformer. As we all know, transformers are used to step up or step down certain voltage values. So for this we used a step down. So for this transformer in the primary side, uh, it must generate the sine wave that it must generate a wave similar to the AC supply because it is still in the primary side. But if we tap here in the secondary side, we must generate a smaller waveform, yet also a sine wave but a smaller waveform, and has a peak value of a smaller peak value than the primary side. So as we can see, the waveform is still a sine wave, yet if we look closer, the peak voltage or the maximum voltage is at the 35 volts, which is smaller than the primary side of the transformer. So for the next component, we have the full bridge rectifier. So this full bridge rectifier as an arrangement of four diodes, provides the same polarity of output for either polarity of input or output. It also can be applied to convert AC input to DC output. So if we run this with an oscilloscope, if I tap here, it also generates the same wave as the secondary of the transformer. Okay, so for the next component, we have the filter. Filters are used to increase the DC voltage of the circuit, and it also ripples components of the voltage components of the output. So if I tap here, the oscilloscope must generate a rippled voltage. So as we can see, the voltage component rippled for the filter. So for the next component, we have the regulator. As required, regulators are used to automatically maintain the it maintains the voltage level of a certain value of voltage. So as required, the output must generate or the output must maintain 30 volts. So as we can see here, the rippled wave or the rippled voltage generated, as we look closer, it's it's nearly 30 volts. So therefore we can conclude that this power supply simulator is generates 30 volts and maintains 30 volts. Thank you.